You're going to make a lot of mistakes, but they did too, trying to learn English, so everyone understands that.
And this is the opposite of your question, but the funnest part of learning foreign languages to me was that when I go to a theater and see the movies from America, we dub, and so the actor and actress speak in Japanese, but they have subtitles. And at the theater, sometimes we have foreign customers as well, and they laugh at the completely different timing. And I was really jealous of it. But now I can laugh at the same time. Sometimes I can tell difference, like a joke. They translate into Japanese, but they translate it in a different way, or sometimes it doesn't make sense at all. Like, oh, that's not what it is. No. So that's one of the funnest parts.
All right. With the pink hair.
What was the most difficult thing to get used to when you first moved to Japan, or I guess when you first tried to live in the U.S.?
I don't think I can answer that question.
What was the most difficult thing to get used to?
Oh,
You American, that's true.
I was going to actually answer that question. I think because there are not very many foreigners in Japan, 98% something like that is all Japanese, and like 0.6 Chinese, and 0 point something Korean, and it's just a little bit tiny of you guys. So when it comes to Japan, you stand out a lot, and a lot of Japanese people cannot help looking at you just because you don't look like us. So I guess being stared at is something that would be probably hard for you to get used to first, I think.
What was difficult for you when you came to America?
Speaking English?
That was hard for you to get
It was
used to?
very hard because I had no idea what your dad was saying for the first time. He used like all these slangs and then we heard of it. Yeah, so it was difficult.
What was difficult for me to get used to? The weird thing about doing YouTube is I've talked about like almost all of my stories so many times that like I feel like once I've talked about it, then I just kind of forget. And so my answer will probably be different every single time you ask me because it'll be whatever I can think of at the time. Something difficult for me to get used to in Japan. Okay, so one thing right now, especially driving in Japan, the roads are very, very narrow when you're in the residential areas. And I mean like not even one lane narrow, but like there's a special button on your car in Japan where you press it and the side mirrors flip in. So when it's like...
You don't have that in Japan?
No, you No, I cannot imagine a place in America where it would be so narrow where you would have to bring in your mirrors.
What about New York?
They know a couple places.
Like, it's not common here at all?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So people don't brush up against it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
My brother actually had a guy that he knows that tried to get like a truck. They had like 50 or something, and he had to return it because he couldn't drive through the streets because it was way too big.
Yeah, it definitely pays to have a very small car in Japan, especially if you're living in a residential area, because a lot of those streets, they're one-way street, or they're like one-lane streets, but you have two cars like going past each other, and like the Japanese people are used to it, so they're going really fast, and you're freaking out because you think they're just going to run into your car. So
When you look at the GPS, it's like a maze, right?
yeah, it looks like a maze. You have to get very used to where the absolute edges of your cars are, because
You see all kinds of
yeah.
arrows on GPS. This one has this way, only one way.
Yeah.
It's really confusing.
One-way streets, lots of like 90-degree turns in residential neighborhoods.
So,
There are not very many street names in Japan. Big streets will be named, but other than that, the streets don't have names. Like their postal system works in a series of blocks. So like the blocks are numbered and the houses on the block are numbered, and that's how like they know how to get places. I don't know what they did before GPS. I'm still amazed by it. But yeah.
and for me, the best thing and the hardest thing were kind of the same, because Japanese people are super helpful, right? Especially to poor, silly foreigners, right? But eventually I got here, so we lived Japanese style. My ex-wife's parents lived with us, and so every day my mother-in-law would give me really, really obvious advice. And just it happened so often. One day it was raining, and she yells out, you know, "Oh, it's raining. Do you have an umbrella?" I'm literally standing at the door. I can see the rain and where all the umbrellas are, and I just yelled back to her. I'm like, "I'm a foreigner, not 5." So, those were the good. This young lady over here said her hand up for a minute.
Okay, my favorite thing to do in Japan is probably thrift store shopping, because I get almost all of my clothes from thrift stores. Probably like 90% of my clothes are from thrift stores. I love shopping at thrift stores, and here in America, most thrift stores, and I'm talking about like the really low end ones, not like where they take name brand stuff and then still sell it at like name brand prices. Like, yeah, I'm talking about like where you can go and get a pair of pants for $5, like thrift stores. Here in America, most of that is donated clothes, and it's very like old or big clothes. So a lot of it still has like shoulder pads here. It's very like not fashionable. You're really hunting to find nice clothes that especially will like fit you here in America. But in Japan, the thrift stores, even the super cheap ones, it's all fashionable. Almost all of it. I would say like, yeah, almost all of it. It's rare to find something at the thrift stores there that isn't fashionable. So it's basically like, if you like shopping, it's just like a party every time you go. It's so exciting. So yeah, that's what I really like to do.
I'd have to say for me, it's the UFO catchers. Because here you have the claw game, and you might as well just throw your money down the drain, right? There's no chance of winning it. In Japan, there's actually a law that you have to have a shot at winning it, right? That they can't weaken the claw and everything. So you actually win stuff in Japan. I had the best time with that. I won a lobster once. A live lobster. Like dinner.
I haven't done much, like a lot of things in America yet, so the things I would say are probably kind of not exciting, but when I went to the burger store, was it Burger King, or the one I went to, and like, maybe not Burger King, I don't think it was Burger King, but one of the burger fast food chain restaurants, and I got a cup for free, and I could drink as much as I want. And you can't do that in Japan, and the cup the lady gave me was huge. And she said I can fill it up all the way, so like I just went there and I just enjoyed drinking a lot of water and just juice, and I enjoyed that. And also, when I come to Animazement, I go to Rachel's family's place after this, and so this year we will go back to her parents' house as well, and we're gonna stay at Rachel's grandparents' house. And her grandfather always let me cut the
grass.
slow more? Not the one you do with your hands.
Right.
But
Driving one.
It's small and we don't have that big yard, and I could just drive. It was a lot of fun. So, those two things are my favorite things so far.
I think these three have all had their hands up over here. I think Chef Abel and Abel is going to discuss. If I don't call him, he's going to explode. Go ahead.
Can you tell us a joke in Japanese?
I'm going to go first because I only know one. It's actually not Japanese, but it has worked on every Japanese person I've ever done it to. The Japanese sound for surprise, here, I'm going to tell you something. Act surprised, Jim. Oh, I know how to use chopsticks. How do Japanese people react to, when they're surprised? What's the sound they make? A. So immediately, as soon as they finish saying A, go B. I've used that on 8-year-olds and I've used that on 9-year-olds. It's worked every single time.
Joke that you would say to a friend.
Can you give me some examples?
So like,
Japanese jokes? Do you know any Japanese?
I know what's the smelliest town in Japan? Well, yeah, that's a kid's joke. My son brought that one home from school. Because Because Nara is Japanese for
not
flatulence. Onada is Japanese for flatulence. Nara is, you know, the historical city. So what's the smelliest sound that you have? Oh, Nara! Oh! That's a 7-year-old joke.
Sorry, I need some time. Do you is it okay if I ask a question later?
A lot of Japanese jokes revolve around like
Yeah.
kanji puns. So using, because a lot of different sounds will have several kanji. So using one sound that should mean one kanji, but then substituting another kanji, that gives it a different meaning. So June does this a lot in our subtitles. Our Japanese subtitles, he makes a lot of jokes in them. We've explained this recently. Can we put this in the videos?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You guys know.
So that shall be returned to at the end of the session.
If you haven't watched that video, I'll just explain it for a couple of people real quick. But for example, there's a video we made a long time ago where we talk about some DNA differences between like East Asian people and like everyone else. The smelly gene. So there's a gene to where they have like fewer apocrine sweat glands, so they don't sweat. They don't have as much body odor. And the word for the United States of America in Japanese is
アメリカ合衆国。
gashukoku. And do you want to explain what you did? No, go ahead.
So 合衆国 literally means the United States. And I changed the word shu to the different kanji, but same pronunciation shu, but this kanji means smelly. So I just switched that kanji with this one, and some people noticed it. But many people didn't because it's so quick, and you know, just didn't notice. But I do that kind of stuff sometimes.